gentlemen, there is a qualification that opens more doors than any other. There is a credential that empowers, engages, and enables. An endorsement that infers greatness. It isn't a qualification that captains of industry are particularly interested in. It isn't a credential that you can get in school, university or college. You can't get it online or in an evening class. It's not like a driving licence, there's no test. It's not like a fishing licence, there's no monetary charge. It's not like an off licence, there's no age limit. I'm talking about the most powerful licence available. The artistic licence. A licence to thrill. The artistic licence enables you to envisage a world not as it is, but as you would like it to be. Allows you to tell a story, not of what has happened, but of what you would like to happen. An artistic licence enables you to sit in your garden, perhaps, and paint a picture. You can replace your next door neighbour's towering Leylandii hedge with a friendly and graceful oak tree coming over your garden. You can erase the dirty chimneys of a nearby industrial estate, replace them with a lovely pair of herons flying across the sky. You can demolish that grim 1960s council office block and replace it with a giant marshmallow man eating a cheese sandwich, or anything that takes your fancy. Now, I'm sure you've already got some questions about this speech that I'm giving. Where can I apply for this artistic licence? Do I need a photo ID? Are there different licences for different categories? Dramatic licence, poetic licence, narrative licence? Do you start with a provisional and work up to a full licence? You may even be thinking that this artistic licence of which he's speaking, it's not a real licence, is it? Well, if that's the case, you would be thinking wrong. Many artists produce their own artistic licences. My research uncovered one, which was a small credit card shaped device, and it said in a bold and confident type across the top, artistic licence. And the small print, it read thus: this licence entitles the bearer to dress oddly, think deep thoughts, speak up on controversial issues, goof off, spend long periods of time apparently doing nothing, live on an odd schedule, spend long periods of time, ultimately work towards a career that's all play and no work, or looks like that because the hard work, dedication and effort needed to succeed is so satisfying it looks like play. Ladies and gentlemen, the artistic licence is democratic, not bureaucratic. It transcends the concept of amateur or professional, hobby or career. It is a motivation, a vocation. Now, the open and democratic nature of the artistic licence is a great strength, but the lack of a regulatory authority does pose a problem when it comes to the scourge of unlicensed artists. Just what is and what is not acceptable under the terms of an artistic licence is where this topic gets really interesting. Take photographs, for instance. Photography is often seen as creating a truthful representation of a view. But photographs are endlessly manipulable, and especially with the digital tools that we have today. People have gone to prison or won Olympic gold medals on the basis of photographic evidence. Yet I'm sure you've all seen photographs of fairies at the bottom of people's gardens. They were actually cardboard cutouts, or ghosts caught on camera, actually caused by a double exposure of the film, or sharks about to eat a helicopter, caused by composing two images together. The cover of the February 1982 edition of National Geographic magazine depicted a train of camels wandering across the desert with a gorgeous Arabian sunset and the pyramids of Giza in the background. When the person who took the original photograph saw it on the front of the National Geographic magazine with the camels and the pyramids and the sunset, he got the hump. He got the hump because Those enormous stone structures that had stood there for 4,000 years, they'd been moved by a man in a darkroom in New York. The image had been altered to better fit the aspect of the front of the National Geographic magazine. And this caused huge controversy because National Geographic was known as a pioneer in the field of photojournalism. People began to ask the question, is artistic license in photojournalism? Is that not the same as a regular journalist altering a quote and misrepresenting someone? And movies too, particularly movies based on actual events, they're always ripe with controversy over the use of artistic license. One film praised for its historical accuracy is the Dam Busters film. Does it matter that the film states that it was Guy Gibson that invented the spotlight altimeter when it was actually someone else? Does it matter that in one of the final scenes with the raid on the Eder Dam, the castle's on the wrong side of the lake? It's still a thrilling film. This year the Titanic movie is being re-released in 3D. It's actually quite factually accurate, the film. But there are small things. Does it matter that none of Pablo Picasso's paintings were actually on the Titanic? It still makes it a thrilling film. And of our favourite film of the moment, The King's Speech, does it matter that the King's stammer was massively exaggerated, and so too was the degree that he overcame the stammer, and that the time frame of the events depicted in the film were altered, and that they played fast and loose with the personal and political relationships in the film? It makes it a thrilling film still. And this is why I say that an artistic license is a license to thrill. You can thrill yourself by creating pictures or stories that excite you. If you dedicate yourself and work hard, whether it's to painting, photography, or making movies, or any other art form, you can thrill others. And there's no test, there's no monetary charge, there's no age barrier. The only barrier is your imagination. Ladies and gentlemen, I've been talking about the most powerful license available, the artistic license, the license to thrill.